It's gratitude journaling time. 52 prompts and a year of gratitude. And I am on number 14. Draw something on the ground that you are grateful for. I decided that something I would draw would be my house. So I picked a corner of it and I went out to take pictures of it so that I could get a spot on the ground with just the corner of my house for my journal entry. So here I am drawing it out. Yeah, I just decided to do the corner of it because I thought it was kind of funny to just pick a corner and show the ground near it. And I also think brick is really pretty, so I thought it would be fun to experiment with it and do a texture this time. I rarely just focus on textures, and I thought it would be really cool to kind of do this more like an exercise and just see what I can come up with for brick. This was not an easy prompt to come up with something to draw for me. Not because there aren't lots of things on the ground to be grateful for. I guess I just wanted something that was tied back to myself and not so random. I could easily go outside and find a stick or a rock to paint, but I decided not to. Though maybe I should have, because it seems like whatever it is that I paint or draw, I suddenly come to find that it has a lot about it that has meaning and purpose, and deepens my gratitude for that thing, even sticks and rocks. But I decided to do my house, and I am grateful for it. It made me think about the ground that most of us live on. I say most of us because I do know of some houses that are floating on water, and there are probably other circumstances like that for some people. But I was thinking about my house and how it is in a particular place on the ground, in a particular city, in a particular state, and in a particular country. I'm glad because it sits in a place I like to be. It made me think about all of the people all over the world living in different circumstances, and my house, of all places, is right here on the ground in this certain spot of the world. It made me think about how when you go up in an airplane and you look down, you see all of the earth in a very different way than you do down here. That everybody looks tiny. Everyone looks like ants. All the cars look like little beetles driving around. And the houses and the buildings all look like little toy blocks. It's so interesting to think about how big the earth is and how big the world is and all the people that live on it and how everybody has their own place. When I was a kid, my dad would take us for bike rides around town. There were a lot of places where the sidewalk was really broken up, and I always thought it was so interesting to look at the ground and see all of those broken up spots and drive on them or drive through them with my bike. Little kids naturally have this tendency to be curious about the world and interested and see beauty in strange things, like broken sidewalks. But later, when I became an adult, I actually went back to that town and lived there for a while. And the ground was still broken up all over when I was walking around, and it reminded me of all those bike rides that I used to take with my dad when I was a kid. Which makes me think that no matter where you live, you can find things to be grateful for things that are on the ground. I think if the sidewalk had all been perfect when I went back and lived there as an adult, though that would have been nice for some people, I think it was better for me because it helped me remember those times when I used to ride there with my dad as a kid. So things don't have to be perfect. They can still be meaningful and beautiful in their own way, even if they're broken. Which actually leads me back to this painting. Not that this painting is broken or anything, but I wouldn't say it's the best thing that I've ever painted in my life. But whatever the case, it was fun to do, and it's going in my art journal, and I'm glad that I did it. The next prompt is, draw something in spring that you find delightful. Stay merry and creative.